Their tongues to deceive. The venom of snakes is under their lips. And their mouths are full of bitterness and curses. And in their paths, nothing but ruin and misery. And the fear of God is not before their eyes. They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful. And they have blinded us to the truth. Our human spirit is corrupted. Why do we worship greed? Because outside the limit of our sight, feeding off us, perched on top of us from birth to death, are our owners. Our owners. They have us. They control us. They are our masters. Wake up. They're all about you, all around you.
My name is Bob Snow. I'm been a captain for a number of years. My total service with the company is over 31 years. On November 7th, I was mandated to receive. Quite literally, I was told if I did not receive, I would be fired. This was from our director of flight. So, under duress, I received it. Now, just a few days ago, after landing in Dallas, 6 minutes after we landed, I passed out. I coded. I required 3 shocks. I need to be intubated. I'm now in the ICU in Dallas. This is what the has done for me. I will probably never fly again, based upon the criteria that the FAA establishes for pilots. I was hoping to teach my daughter to fly. She wants to be a pilot. That will probably never happen. All courtesy of. This is unacceptable, and I am one of the victims. You can see that this is the actual result for some of us. Mandatory, no questions asked, get the or you're fired. This is not the American way.
So here's the deal, okay? Months and months back, my dad got because he wanted to travel, okay? He ended up with blood clots. He ended up with cancer in his lung. We don't know really what caused that, but it came right after. They're saying it was a CPAP machine, Philips CPAP. So either way, now my son's in bed sick. My son had the twice because he wanted to go to concerts. Okay, because of the fear mongering. So he was like, man, Mom, I can't go do anything, so I'm gonna go get typical millennial. Now he's in bed. Can't get him into the urgent care center across the way. They're completely booked. They don't know how long the wait's gonna be. It's the ones that are getting sick. Don't know what's in that, but it is killing immunities down where they are getting sick. Wake up.
Hey, what's up, family? Real quick. Or maybe not. I want to apologize to you guys real quick. I gotta apologize, and some of you guys might figure this out too. But first and foremost, I apologize for not being able to get that last video on YouTube. Like, I was really trying to float under the radar. I tried, guys. I tried really hard. And I guess, like, well, I already knew this before, but some words and things, it triggers them to dig into the video. It triggers them to demonetize videos in the past when I had monetization. But now it just triggers them to just ban it like that, man. Like, I don't even think I said nothing, man, for real. I mean, when you say the name though, like, that's why I'll be like, I don't know if I'm gonna say the name. And y'all know some of y'all figured out because, like, y'all been a part of this journey like the whole time. So y'all know when some things being said, or like I might use a code term or something. Like, we done went from so many terms, and like, I think they kind of pick up on some of the terms and things too. But I'm not going to harp on all that. I just want to point that out, guys. Yes, I did do a video that I tried to be like somewhat of an edited version of the original that I had posted on Rumble. and then I made the edited version that I was wanting to be on YouTube that was kind of like a spinoff from what I originally did, so they can reach the people. Because the most important thing, guys, is reaching the masses. Like, you guys, y'all know what's going on, okay? We know what's going on. We're not sheeple, okay? We're not asleep. Our purpose here is to wake those that are not, that are asleep. We got to wake up the masses, and they're going to wake up basically, guys, by default at this point, because things are happening that's kind of putting them, you know, putting them on notice, where they having to come face to face with reality. Like, I was just talking to a buddy of mine, and guys, this stuff is so deep, it's crazy, but it's just so many different variables at play here, different instances that you can point to that's just, it all makes sense now. So I was pointing to him, talking to him about the Draculas. Okay, we just say Draculas. I was pointing out, and I showed him clips. Like, guys, when I first did, like, understand, when I first ever heard about the Draculas and things, right, I was in disbelief. Okay, some of you were in disbelief. Some of you still are in disbelief. Some of you do not believe that they exist. Okay, now I read the Bible and everything. I was in the church. I grew up in the church. Like, I was there every Sunday. I was that kid. I was there every Monday. I was there on Tuesday. I was there on Wednesday. And god dang me, I was singing in the choir on Thursday. Okay, like, I was like the ultimate churchgoer. My mom's had us heavily vested in the church, okay? If it was offering and we had $20, Jesus was getting 10 to 12 of that, okay? So that was us. So I knew stuff about the Bible because my mom always pushed it on me, and we had to read scriptures every day before we go out the door. She put the holy anointed oil across my head and all that. And she used to always say stuff. I mean, I used to think my mom's was like kind of crazy or something. Like, I used to think moms be tripping. Like, that's not how I used to be thinking, because she used to be doing so much, man. She would go and, like I said, she would make us read scriptures before we left the house. Like, everybody had to memorize a scripture. Then she would take holy oil and she would rub it on our foreheads before we went to school. So the kids teased us and everything. Like, oh, you got a shiny forehead. You got a big ass forehead, because we had the oil on there, so it looked all big, right? But I never understood the stuff that she was doing. She used to say stuff like, we'd be playing video games, right? She's like, oh, that video game got the devil in it, demons and this. All like, Moms, you tripping, ain't nothing wrong. She took our video games. Oh, you can't watch that cartoon. It's a devil cartoon. It's evil. It's got. And I was like, Mom, you tripping. Like, I did not want to be with my moms like that, because she used to be tripping about stuff like that. So as I got older, man, it started to make sense. Everything that she been saying and stuff, like, maybe because she instilled it in me at an early age, just like they said, Morpheus and said about Neo in the Matrix, you don't want to free your mind at a certain age, because they will basically fight against it. They won't be able to digest what's going on. Okay, and I think with us getting that instilled in us at an early age, we were able to grasp it. And that way it wasn't foreign to us when we started to come across it. So I was able to recognize and put pieces together. So like I said, it was like maybe, I want to say maybe 2008 or something like that, 7, 8, something like that, when I first stumbled across Alex Collier. And it was before that I actually came across William Cooper. But Alex Collier put some things in perspective, man. He was talking about the Draculas and things and what they was doing. I was like, man, this dude sound crazy. But I was watching it because it was somebody that I really, held in a high regards, that sent it to me like, yo, you need to check this out. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. I was like, this still sound crazy. He's doing consciousness and all this. I'm like, whatever. But later on, guys, like, I started seeing videos and things that kind of correlated with what he was saying. Then I was watching, I said this before, I was watching something. It was something that was happening in Charlottesville or whatever, and Mike Pence came on and he was talking and he had the eyes all messed up. I was like, what's wrong with his eyes? I'm like, man, what is going on? So I took pictures and stuff. I was like, oh, shoot. And I posted like on Facebook and things. And everybody was like, oh, that's Photoshop. Oh, you made that up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I took these pictures. it didn't dawn on me at the time that I probably should have took video, because I didn't think that people would question the integrity of what I was saying, or question my credibility. You know, I didn't think so. But when I sat back and thought, I was like, dang, if somebody showed me this, would I believe it? Or what would I think? You know? And then if you hadn't been into the word and everything, then just because you see somebody with some eyes that's messed up, you're not gonna put it together and say, oh, that's a whatchamacallit, it's a Dracula or whatnot. You're not gonna say that. You're just gonna be like, oh, something wrong with his eyes. Oh, it's you know, it's a glitch or something, right? So I took the pictures, what I showed to people, man, and everybody was writing it off. Oh, that's, you know, that's some BS. It's technical, whatever, blah blah blah. So later on, I went on and said that the next time I come across something like that, I was gonna video record it. You know, I was gonna video record it so people could see and not keep calling me some kind of fraud that's photoshopping videos. Like I didn't know nothing about no Photoshop at the time. And then also, I mean, it was a video, it was live on the TV. Like, so, anywho, fast forward to today, and what I end up doing, I end up seeing stuff on the news. Like I used to watch CNN and stuff like that. I used to watch it, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. You know, that was before I really woke up. And I used to watch it or whatnot, but I never saw it. I never paid close attention. Then my mom, she actually was watching CNN and stuff one day, okay? And I just happened to be just kind of glancing at the screen. I looked at it, I'm like, what is going on with this dude's face? And I went up and I started recording the screen. Okay, I recorded the screen and I seen all this stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness. And it wasn't just the eyes, it was the teeth too. So it was everything. So, anywho, what I did was I presented that to, you know, people that I knew and everything. Everybody's like, whoa, what is that? Whoa, that's video shop. I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go with this. But I showed this to a number of people. Some of the people, they acknowledge, oh, this is what it is. Like, yo, that's the Draculas or whatever. Some people didn't know. I just recently showed it to a buddy of mine that was he's been in denial. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, people are starting to have to wake up because they coming face to face with reality. So it was a buddy of mine, right? He grew up in the church too. I knew he did because we hung together. We played ball together when we was younger and everything. And his mom's was heavy in the church, just like my mom. All right, so I knew he knew better. He knew what was going on. And he's been like, he kind of where I was when I was in my early stage as far as, you know, spiritual growth and everything. So I have been talking to him, you know, showing him things for the last year or two, trying to tell him, you know, about the jibby and everything. He ain't wanting to hear that. Because, you know, they went and did it, you know, him and his wife and everything. So anywho, I was trying to tell him about that, and I told him about the Draculas or whatnot. He like, man, ain't no thing like that, ain't no such thing. I'm like, man, you believe in the Nephilims and stuff, right? He like, yeah, you talking about the giants? I'm like, nah, like the Nephilims, like they basically the fallen angels or whatnot, and they've slept with women and whatnot, and they got these different, you know, mixed breed things and everything else. He's like, man, I don't know about it. I'm like, all right. So I showed him the video. He's like, man, that's some crap. That's some what'd he say? He was like, that's some technical flaws from your phone and the TV. It's technical. Like, when you put your phone and TV, it's like I took mass communications, and he said he took something else or whatnot. He's like, it's not a real video, it's a problem with the video. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, he's like, man, the person that's on there, you could tell they don't even know what they're talking about. I was like, dude, that's me on the video. I'm the one talking in the background. Okay, that's me talking in the background on the video. I video recorded that myself. It isn't video shop. It's not technical. I said that's a 4K television, and it's a 4K cell phone camera taking a picture, the video. He's like, oh man, that's just bad streaming video and all this. Like, he was in such denial, guys. He refused to acknowledge that what I had video recorded was legit, and he started to try to demean undermine what I've been doing and presenting this stuff by saying, oh, you just, you've been seeing things, and the TV and all that is flawed. And like, he came with every excuse, man, not to face reality, because what it means for him and for them, man, is like, yeah, there's something really, really nefarious going on. Okay. And the reason I'm telling y'all this is because what we have to come to grips with y'all is that, for one, and you probably seen by what I started this video with, we are outlaws, guys. We are bandits. Okay, we are basically, you can call me Mr. Misinformation. You might as well call me Mr. Misinformation. Okay, and the thing is, if they labeling me misinformation, that means that I'm basically the truth. Okay, whatever I'm talking about is important. If they labeling me misinformation, then I'm important. Okay, I'm gonna probably get some t-shirts made to say Mr. Misinformation. Okay, and the reason, like I said, is that we're outlaws, we're bandits, we're the outcast guys, just like in the movie Red Dawn, the warriors or whatever. They were going against the tyrannical government and stuff, and they were like the last hope for humanity. And I hate to kind of, put things in that type of context for you guys, but in all reality, man, we are the people that actually are awake. We are the last, hope for humanity, because at this point, man, the folks that have went and walked that path, I would say walked that path, that did what they did, man, based off of what's been said from the people that's in the know, they're doomed. Okay, they're doomed. I wish that wasn't true. I wish it was something that we could do. I don't know at this point, but they put themselves in a very compromising position, man. Very compromising. And what we have to look at, and this is what I'm bringing this whole thing that I'm talking about full circle, is that who would want to pretty much destroy a whole race of people? Who? Do you think other human beings would just want to do that to each other? You know what I'm saying? Do you think human beings will actually want to hurt each other, harm each other, like knock everybody off? For what purpose? What is the purpose of a bunch of human beings knocking off a bunch of other human beings? What is that going to do for them? Who would really believe that the planet needs to be depopulated? Who would like, you got to look at this in the big grand scheme of things. Who benefits from us being depopulated? Okay, who benefits from that, and who does not? Who would have such or be so detached from humanity, from emotion, to do that? That's what you got to look at, man. And that's where you get to you can come to draw that conclusion, like, yo, like, it's something else that's messing with us. And then people can say, oh, it's Christian, it's the devil and everything, and God's gonna rapture us up out of here and whatnot. And many can be led to believe that that's how it's gonna go down, but it's also been talks about how this whole jibby or whatever is supposed to disconnect you from your soul, from your spirit, from being able to ascend. Okay, now if that's the case, then that means that they can pretty much keep you here, and we've talked about this before, and keep on reincarnating into this hell where you are enslaved. Okay, by what? By these Dracos, Draculas or whatnot, and these other beings that are they're in the same field, guys, as far as demons and Satan and Orion. Like, they all tied in together. Okay, we got to understand that. And we look at things on a surface level here because that's what we've been taught. That's what we've been led to believe. There's so much more to our whole existence, and these other beings in this whole planet, galaxy, or whatnot. That's just a small a small example, I guess, what you could say, of what very well may be going on. A small sample, small example of what may be going on. But there's obviously something here, or some things here, that want us all gone. Okay, they want us all gone. I don't know what the devil would benefit much from making us all gone. If there's really a hell, what is hell like? Okay, like I keep talking about, people say, oh, you're gonna be in hell, you're just gonna burn forever. That's it. That's people's idea of hell. Okay. Some people idea of heaven is just being up there, I guess, in the clouds, eating fruit and walk around in a white robe. That's heaven. Like, I think people got different concepts of what they believe heaven and hell is. But the big thing that I see, and it's just my perception of things, is that hell is continuing to reincarnate into a 3D world that you're not in control of your life, you're not in control of yourself, you're enslaved, you're subjected to satanic or evil or these type of nefarious acts, okay, that are basically set to bring about your demise or whatever, like to harness your energy. Like, they live off your life force, like negative energy. That's why they use you, and they want you to feel pain. They want you to have negative emotions and stuff so they can harness that and feed on that. Like, we are used in this dimension as somewhat of a life source from the Draculas, feeding on the adrenal glands, adrenochrome and stuff like that, to harvesting the negative energy that they make you produce, the frequency. Like, that is all part of the hell that they create. All right. Now, ascending from that would be going to the fifth dimension, where you have raised your consciousness and you're not to be subjected to that type of mental enslavement. Also the physical trauma that you might endure from being a human being and being in the third dimension, and having to deal with the stuff we see now. Guys, like, you look at, I mean, you gotta tie them both together. We can't keep playing with the old devil and demon or alien or Dracula. Like, it's tied together. I don't care how you want to slice it and what you want to put to piece your ideas about it together. But the devil obviously wants your soul, right? So do these dang Draculas, right? These other beings, they harness your energy. The devil lives off negative emotion. He wants to push that. You see that the people that are controlled by these beings, you see that they are like, they can be possessed. It's some levels of possession that goes on. They can take over people and stuff, but at the same time they also have mixed breeds and things like that. It's a whole lot, man, that I'm not really gonna touch on all that right now, because that's not really what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do is just kind of point out, man, that we in some real troubling times, man. Some real troubling times. I've been seeing, man, like I said, I've been seeing people around me that have been seriously sick, very, very sick, man. And it's constantly, it's like it's redundant, like what's going on with these people. And it's really like at a point now where, shoot, we could be looking at maybe a year, 2 years before it like really hits, like really boom, like where it's like, dang, like I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and I'm like, man, you ain't noticed all these young folks been dying lately? And what he alluded to right away, yeah, you know, it's just a thing because we, you know, we older now, so we gonna start seeing more people like our age and stuff and like that that's dying and stuff like that. I was like, nah, bro, nah. I mean, it's a lot of people dying. I'm talking about from celebrities to, you know, to actors and actresses and sports people. They dying like there've never been this many deaths going on. He was like, yes, it happened a lot of people. I said, yeah, there's a lot of people dying. You ain't been paying attention. And he was like, you know, it was another one of them people though that's kind of like not in touch with reality, and they don't want to believe that, you know, this stuff is going on, you know. And like I said, they went and took the you know, took that walk. You know, a lot of them went and took that walk, man. And so trying to talk to these people, man, is almost like it's pointless at this point, because I mean, you can tell them what you believe, you can tell them what's occurred, but they're so out of touch with reality and they so far removed from what's really going on, and they don't want to believe that something like this could be happening, because what it would mean, you know, the implications, that what it would mean to them as far as what, you know, the effects is gonna have is catastrophic. You know, they can't fathom. So, you know, I don't even tell, like, I don't know how some of you guys handle it, but I don't tell some people like I care for and stuff. I don't have that conversation with them. Like, I just talk to them like everything's normal. You know, I just basically talk to them to see how they doing. You know, really just see how they doing, because I know that based off the information that we have, that they may not have much longer. They may not have much longer. And, you know, all you can do at this point, man, is just try to be there for those people. And, make sure that they're aware, you know, that you care for them and everything. And, you know, just kind of monitor their situation, you know. And, like I was saying earlier in the video, guys, I bet a lot of you guys didn't wake up, you know, you didn't go to bed one day and wake up the next day, or think that you would wake up the next day and be considered an outlaw or an outcast because you didn't conform, okay? And the reason for that, man, I don't know, man. Some of y'all might be different. I'm just talking from my own perspective, but I was never a follower. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't a follower in high school and stuff, and college. Like, I was not a follower. Probably why I never smoked and drank like that, because you couldn't peer pressure me. You know, I was that guy. Like, I set my own lane. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I did, people followed me. I was a trendsetter in myself, in my own right. You know, so if somebody was over there saying, hey, it's cool, come over here and hang with us and do this, I'm like, oh, you can be cool, come over and hang with us and do like this. You know, and so I'm on the good side, they on the bad side. Like, I was a leader, still a leader. All right, natural born leader. A lot of these people, you know, that did this stuff, they were followers. They are followers. You might find that you, amongst your friends, the reason like you were the outcast because you were a leader. You were different from them. Okay, you were able to separate yourself and not be caught up in the hype of stuff. Like, you weren't influenced by things. You know, of course, when you're young, you know, you do stuff, you want to be like certain celebrities and stuff. You rock some of the clothes and stuff that they do, but you didn't allow those people around you to influence your decisions. You have your own mind. Somebody tell you to do something and they like experiment. Hey, come on, we gonna do this. You're like, hold on, I'm about to think about this for a second. You know, if you're a thinker, you know what I'm saying, you're a leader, that's gonna set you aside from somebody that's just jumping in line, just doing what everybody else doing, following trends and following and just, you know, not thinking. Like people say all the time right now, like, oh, we always took these immunizations and stuff. You've been taking this all your life. Just take it. That is the whole mindset of these people. We've been doing this. You've been doing this your whole life. Why not just do this? You know, you can always say that, but it's always that one time that could be the last time for you. Understand that regardless of what you've done in the past, you could jump. Hey, look, you could go jump or run across traffic. You can run across traffic 10 times across the highway. It's funny, I use this as an analogy because I just seen somebody land in the highway dead last night, literally, guys. But you can run across the highway 10 times and been successful, okay, at 9:30 at night. You know what I'm saying? 9:30, well, at night. Or let's say 2 in the morning, you can run across the highway, 20, 30 times. Nothing bad happened to you, okay? But somebody could tell you one time, it could be 3 in the afternoon. Somebody like, hey, come on, we about to run across this highway real quick so we can get over to the other side. No, I'm going to take the bridge. No, just come on, let's run across the highway. It'll be real quick. And they like, we done it hundreds of times already. And they dumb self will go run across the highway in 3 o'clock traffic. That's different than 1:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning traffic. So you run across at that time, it's a likelihood something bad can happen. Okay? You can take them immunizations in the early 2000s, and it's all good. You take an immunization in 2020 to 2030, them could be the ones that's supposed to set you on fire. Okay, like Phil Snyder said, hey, they wanted everybody gone by 2029. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, they want everybody gone by 2029. And from all reports, they're saying that they done upped it, like the time frame. So is it far-fetched that by 2023, 24, they done made sure everybody got something that was going to help, expedite that or make sure that they hit that mark? Okay? So you can't just be doing stuff just because you did it before. Okay? Some people doing stuff because they're like, oh, I did it before, it ain't going to matter. Right? And then that's where you find yourself in trouble. Okay? Like, I don't have to do my research no more because I've done this before. BS, man. Things change. Okay? People change. Power shifts. People, different companies take over other companies. Now, you'll find out. Like, I was just talking, matter of fact, I might put this in a video. I might find, but they was talking about KFC, right? KFC used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's not Kentucky Fried Chicken no more. They don't even mention chicken in there no more. But they never told you, they never sent out a memo that said, hey, we're no longer Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're KFC. Now, it's different because KFC deals with straight hormone-injected chickens that aren't even chickens. Like, they dealing with these retarded, morphed bodies of meat, basically, that don't even resemble chicken. If you actually saw what one of these things look like, you'd be like, that ain't no chicken. That's why they don't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken no more. They call it KFC. Okay? KFC. Because it ain't no Kentucky and it ain't no chicken. And they fry something, but it ain't from Kentucky and it ain't a chicken. Okay? So you get to eat some KFC and you're like, well, I've been eating Kentucky Fried Chicken my whole life. Well, they changed the name, right? So now KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken is KFC, but they didn't tell you why they did that. Same reason why they changed the definition of the vaccine. They changed the definition, right? So all this time you've been taking these immunizations and stuff your whole life, but in 2022 they changed the name of it, so they included more. More things that would not have been considered back before when you first was taking your immunizations. You see how that works? So they pulling the rug from up under people, man, and people too stupid to do their own research and figure the stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But then they want to criticize you because you the smart one and you like, nah, I'm good. Like, you can't just give me something and just say, take it. Like, I need to see some paperwork. I need to know what's your position, sir? Okay? And I need to be able to do some research before I just do something. And if you still trusting these folks by now, man, shoot, you got it coming for you anyway. So that's just something, man, that people have to look at, man. Like I said, we done woke up, man, and all of a sudden we the bad guys. We the bad guys. You might think, hey, just because I'm on these videos and I'm out here putting myself on the line, that I'm the only one in trouble. I'm the only one that they looking at. Man, no. They looking at you too. Remember the videos from the past. Some of y'all might not have been hip to them, but they had what they called the centers and things, which they wanted to mark people that they felt like were they felt like people would be a problem, that they would want to deal with. People that might have been revolutionaries or people that they felt would rebel, rebels, outlaws and such. Rebels, outlaws, and those that would rise up. You know what I'm saying? Like they talked about, they would put a certain like dot or something on your mailbox. So they knew about all this stuff in advance. They knew all this stuff was coming, man. They planned for it. But what I was gonna tell you is that we woke up, guys, and we found ourselves to be the guys that are on the outside, okay? And you may not think that they're looking at you, or you may think that, oh, I'm good and I just keep my head down. No, if you're in a war, guys, it's just a matter of time before they come for you some kind of way. Just like it was something posted up, and I'm trying to post some of this stuff in the video where they was talking about people that refuse to take the whatchamacallit. These people are terrorists. Like, I'm a terrorist, guys. I'm a terrorist. I'm a misinformationist. I'm a fraud because I'm perpetrating a doctor. Like, I've been getting so many labels, man. Like, think about that. Y'all are terrorists too. Okay, because y'all believe in what I'm talking about. Y'all believe that the gov is out to get you and they bad, right? But like I played in the front of the start of this video, y'all know who they are, okay? That y'all know who they are, and they put the stuff in the movies, guys. Like they said, as far as the movie They Live, Roddy Piper said it was not a movie. It's an autobiography or a documentary or whatever. Yeah, that's really what it is, man. And I think we can all attest to that now about the stuff that we seeing and the stuff that they doing, okay? And it's disheartening, man, to see so many people have been misled. And somebody asked me the other day, yo, Net, when are we gonna start seeing all the deaths? When we gonna start seeing? So you waiting on the news reports? You waiting on the news report? You see what I'm saying? Are you waiting on the news report? I told somebody, I think it was a video before, I said, no, it was a post I put in like a news chat or whatever. I said, millions of people are already dead. Okay? Make no mistake about it. Millions. Okay? When the military is sitting there talking about 5,000% increase by the end of this year, and then we talking about HIV and stuff like that, we're not even talking about the millions. You seeing celebrities and stuff. How many celebrities is in the world? Ain't that many dang celebrities. But when you seeing celebrities dropping like flies, how many non-celebrities you think is dropping like flies? Millions. Okay? Understand that. We talking about in this country, we talking about other countries, man. Millions are already dead. Okay? If you're waiting on the news report, you're waiting on the news flash special update, oh, we just had 100 people drop. It's not happening. It's not happening. Okay? And whatever happens is gonna come out as a report as it related to the whatchamacallit, okay? The 1-9. We'll just say the 1-9. They're gonna say, oh, the 1-9 just took out, another bunch of people, got a huge outbreak, and we gotta do this and that. Because that's gonna fit the narrative, it's gonna push the agenda, and also allow them to go back to the lockdowns. You see what I'm saying? So don't be waiting, guys. Don't be waiting on some news bulletin special report. It's not coming. It's not coming. That'll totally impede the whole progress of them and the agenda. So they're gonna continue to push it as if it's something else. That's why the uptick in all these other deaths and things that's happening is all related to the that walk that people took. That walk of death that people took, and they writing it off as natural causes, but what it does is accelerates everything. Okay, think about that. You got the snake, snake, venom, whatnot, that does stuff to your body to mess you up. Then you got the walk, the jibby walk, you got that expedites and accelerates death. Like, they wanted to push this stuff all the way up to the 10th power, to the 110th power right now. All right. So, guys, Phil Snyder said 2029. I think you up that by 5 years, man. I think you up it by 5 years. That's what I'm telling you. I think you up it by 5 years. So we talking 2024, 25. I think it's really, really gonna hit. Really, really gonna hit. And you guys, you gonna be in some small company. That's all I say. You're gonna be amongst some small company. All of us are that's left. And some of y'all gonna look back, man. It's gonna be friends and family members of yours that y'all might have saved. That's gonna look back and they gonna thank you. They gonna be like, wow, this really, really happened like this. Really, really happened like this. And it's gonna be only so many few people left, man. But it's a lot. It's a lot to digest.
Now, Dr. Burke, your research shows that if all of the United States had been fluoridated, that would mean about 70,000 extra deaths because of cancer per annum. Those are remarkable, impressive, and in fact rather disquieting figures. Could you shortly describe your research in this field and what results did you get from it?
Yes. The 70,000, of course, would represent 1/5 of all the cancer deaths in the United States, twice as many from breast cancer in women, and twice as many as from lung cancer in man. Our studies involved comparing the deaths of all persons in the 10 largest fluoridated cities of the United States with the 10 largest non-fluoridated cities in the United States year by year. And we obtained a very remarkable curve, which you can see here perhaps. Here is the fluoridated, and here is the non-fluoridated set of 10 cities each. Here's where the fluoridation started, and before this time, both sets of cities were identical. But no sooner had fluoridation started than this curve began to go up, the deaths began to increase, so that this effect occurs very promptly within 1, 2, or 5 years.
Now this, sir, is conclusive evidence that fluor kills because of cancer.
It is one of the most conclusive bits of scientific and biological evidence that I have come across in my 50 years in the field of cancer research.
Would this then, in your opinion, be the end of fluor in water, in drinking water?
It should be the end, and in the United States, it should so be the end by federal law known as the Delaney Amendment, which says that anything found to induce cancer in man or animals cannot be legally put into the food or drink of man or animals. And so, and this is all less than 1 year old, so that it entirely changes any previous ideas of fluoridation that anyone may have had, because this is the first real indication of an important effect.
Now, in this country, of course, the state of the dental state of the Union, the way people's teeth look, is incredible indeed. Would you say that stopping fluor had other effects than increasing the dental problems in this country?
Well, I would rather look at it that it would certainly help the cancer death situation in this country, which I'm sure most people would agree is far more important than a temporary benefit to teeth in adolescent children.
Now,
this, you see, amounts to public murder on a grand scale. It is a public crime, it would be, to put fluoride in the drinking water of people.
Now, the children of this cameraman and mine, sir, take fluor. Should we stop this immediately?
Well, in my opinion, if they were my children, they would not take it anymore. I can only recommend for myself, but I would suggest to you that they stop it.
Is there a difference in having fluor in drinking water or administering little fluor pills to children?
Well, of course, the little floor pills are a much smaller proposition than drinking gallons of water per day or per week, as well as taking a bath in it and washing your automobile in it and watering your lawns. That's a very massive thing compared to brushing teeth with fluoridated toothpaste. But our work is immediately concerned with drinking water. What happens to toothpaste, I'm quite willing to let the future studies go into that in more detail.
There is, of course, you talk about murder, sir, an ethical aspect to all this, a law aspect, an aspect of people's inhumanity to people. What is your idea about how should this be implemented in our society? The ethical aspects of administering poison, as it were, to people.
Well, I think this aspect, this murder aspect, clearly indicates a very strong unethical aspect to forcing people to kill themselves.
But yeah, so anywho, guys, got disrupted. What we gotta do, guys, is we gotta prepare for the worst, man. Like I keep on reiterating that. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. You can't go wrong with that. All right. You gotta look at it too, man. If you I look at it like how we handle our pets and stuff. Like you handle your pets, you you get them neutered and stuff like that. What do we do? Like we got animal control. They go out, make sure they get, certain number of strays and stuff off the street. They try to keep the population of animal growth down by getting them spayed and neutered and all that stuff, man. And we the top of the food chain. We, so far as we knew all this time, we was the top of the food chain. But what happens when we not the top of the food chain? If somebody else is, how would they handle us? What would they do? You see what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at it. If you put something, if you was going if somebody else was going to neuter us, would they tell us? And so do you tell your dog, hey, I'm about to neuter you, Okay, if you about to put a dog down, do they tell me, hey, we about to put you down? You know what I'm saying? They don't do it. They just do what they do. You see what I'm saying? So you look at it like that, man, and understand that we where we at in the big scheme of things on this ladder, and it kind of puts things in perspective as far as what you can expect. But a lot of people haven't come to that conclusion yet. They haven't come to grips with that. So in their mind, they believe that, we still the upper echelon of people or beings. And that's where you can get yourself into some murky water, So I think for the most part, man, the people that, have had spiritual discernment, that was able to assess. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist, man, to figure something fishy was going on. Like, you look at all the, man, we go back to some of the stuff that's happened early on when they was paying people. They offering all kind of stuff, to get you to do something. Why would you have to do that? Why'd you have to fabricate things? And then they seeing that it doesn't work, but they still trying to get people to get it in them. Man, come on, man. Hey, if that ain't a red flag, man, you know what I'm saying? And I just wonder, man. And y'all put in the comments, I like to get feedback from y'all. I like to be interactive as possible, man. I think we neglect the comment section too much. But put in the comment section some of the stuff that y'all seeing, man. From family members to friends, type of reactions they having. If you lost any loved ones behind this stuff, man. If you can relate to anything that we've been speaking about. Okay, if some people are starting to come to grips with, oh, they made a mistake, if somebody has came to you and they've been able to humble themselves and apologize about the stuff that they've said, or not believing you or discrediting you and stuff. If y'all family right now is torn or broken, you got people that are split between the two, as far as the ones who've done it and the ones that haven't done it and the ones that have taken that walk. Like, where people stand right now, man, and because a lot of times, like I myself, man, I know before whenever I wanted to know some information, I would look through comments and see what other people were saying. That would give me kind of my own idea. Like I always could find some comment that related to me and my situation. And I know some of y'all are searching through the comments and things, and y'all looking for information, feedback. You know, oh, this person did this, or this person has a family member that's going through this, or they have their spouse and they back and forth. They not on the same page, or you know. So yeah, just if you can, guys, put your thoughts, your insight, intellect, you know, in the conversation, in the comments, you know, because I'm sure there's somebody that's looking for some feedback or something that can relate to their situation. So anywho, guys, this video wasn't gonna be long, but it is. So I'm just gonna put this up on YouTube, and hopefully they don't come tinkering with it, man. I apologize, like I said, because the last video was supposed to be on YouTube, but they came for me. They didn't want that information out. Like I said before, man, we've been right on the money from day one. The Kobe Bryant stuff, all of that, man, is 100% tied in. I don't even know how much I could mention about it, and I know like ain't too many other truthers that caught on to this part yet, because they wasn't doing the early digging for us how this all started. They wasn't connecting them dots. So we did that and we put it all together, and it ties directly in. So I believe your boy Artist, I think he 100% on the money, because it ties directly into what we already believe, right? So anyway, y'all, appreciate you guys that donated and everything, man. I want to give a shout out, like I said, to those that have donated, man. There's a couple folks that donated, and there don't be a lot of folks, man. That's why I can appreciate the ones that do, because y'all support, man. And shoot, I'm not like in a bad spot like some people, some truthers. There's some truthers out there that's in a bad spot, and like I've seen some of them, man, they struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like I just said recently, man, I put something in the Telegram for one of the other truthers that, you know, support me, and I'm trying to support them. They just said they're in a bad spot. They look to me, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do what I can. You know, let me put it out there and see if we can garner up some help from some other folks. And some of y'all looked out, man. That's big. Like that's like, it ain't even all so much about me, man. But I like the fact that I can help other people. And had YouTube not did what they done to me, shoot, you would see me out there feeding homeless and everything else. You know, because that's what I believe in, man. Like, you know, I have a big heart. So I'm gonna look out for people the best I can. That's why I'm reaching out to you guys and giving y'all this information. You know, people say, oh, you putting your life on the line. I don't see it that way. Everybody's life is on the line right now. Okay, and whatever I do on this, it'll come back. You know, universe has a way of correcting itself. And God sees my heart, and it's in the right place. You know what I'm saying? I believe I'm righteous in what I'm doing. I believe I'm doing the right thing. And I stand and I live by that. You know what I'm saying? And whatever happens behind that, I have to deal with the consequences. But in the next lifetime, whatever that may be, maybe I'll be rewarded, maybe not. But I'm going to keep doing what I do. But all I wanted to say really is that I appreciate you guys that have shown me support and have donated or whatnot. And also those that looked out, man, and helped the young lady, Natalie, that's been going through some tough times. And I put her Telegram, not her Telegram, but I put her in the Telegram so that y'all could support her, and y'all did that. So much appreciated, guys. Like, you guys have a special place with me, special place in heaven, I'm sure. But anyway, y'all be safe. I will catch you on the next video.